Bishop, you still here with me, good brother? I know
I'm
you
still
probably
here.
went to go get something to drink.
No, I'm
Okay,
still here.
not fucking around. That is powerful.
Yes.
Not fucking around.
Yep.
That's powerful. All right.
Say it like say it with your chest. Say it like you mean it.
We have to be united in our purpose. We have to root out anybody, just like the Haitians did. Doesn't share the same mindset. We're not gonna let you go. We're gonna kill your ass. That way we ain't got to worry about you no more. By the time we show up like we did in Stone Mountain, we all on one accord. Men and women. You were right to observe that. And thank you, Miss Digger. We didn't go there because of that statue on the damn mountain. We don't give a damn about what it was. As Lord Jamal said, we didn't go into their country. We went to the birthplace. We went to where they were born, and we knew that from the intel that we got, this is where they gather every 4th of July. So you want to threaten to shoot black people? Y'all say y'all just gonna have a free for all. Remember, they arrested a couple of cops in North Carolina right before this. Remember, they caught them on tape. Ooh, we can't wait for the killing to start. Ooh, they was having a field day. They was getting bold about it. They showed up in Virginia, in Richmond, dressed as if they were cops with the twisty ties. Y'all remember that? They was gonna kidnap some bros. And let me help y'all out real quick. All these lynchings that stopped after we went to Stone Mountain, all of these lynchings are done by the same way that they killed the McMichael. See, they use a pickup truck. Y'all need to understand this is some Southern thing. They use a pickup truck as the tool while we out there trying to play detective talking about how did bro hang himself? Ain't no benches. You in the back of the truck.
Right.
Okay, we put you in the back of the truck. They drive the truck right up under the tree. We already got you roped up, stand you up, shorty, throw it over, drive off. You lynched. Okay, that's what they caught them boys in Richmond doing, but you didn't hear about that in the news. They just quietly said they arrested some guys. But what we got sick of was that we're not hitting back. And if you want to threaten us, we don't take threats. As you heard me say, y'all stop spreading scary news. Y'all stop playing the victim all the time. Don't be in my inbox, ooh, they talking about they gonna blow up. Well, what did you say? That's akin to us being kids on the playground, and I walk up to you, Jamal, and say, so-and-so said he gonna beat you. Why am I bringing that information to you? You understand what I'm saying? Why you ain't standing there and defending that? Jamal is my boy.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. When I hear this shit, man, I get riled up. I think of some wild Indian shit. Man, fuck all that talking. What y'all gonna do? Oh, motherfucker say they gonna do what? They gonna do what? Then what? Oh, so y'all saying don't go? Y'all don't think that Malcolm and Martin and all these other leaders didn't get the message not to go and they still went? That's what you call destiny. You can't avoid destiny. You feel me? Play your goddamn part. That's all it's about. Play your part. The only thing that was promised to us, and I'm gonna give y'all a prophecy right now, and a promise. The same way you was born is the same way you can die. Or the same way you gotta die. Same way you came to life, you gotta lose life. That's the only thing promised to us. We just don't know when. And that's what got people scary. Don't give me that bullshit to scare me. That's what he's saying. Don't scare me with that shit. Fuck it. I already know I got to go. So don't scare me. If it's my time to go, I got to go. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And the brother say he believe in the Most High. So he already know everything is destined to be. He just need to play his part. Brother Canty, you want to elaborate on that real quick before I go back to the video, bro? Go ahead.
I think it's what he said, like he said in the beginning of the interview, walking in your purpose. Your experiences that you had trained you for what your purpose is going to be. And what did it say? The two most important days in in your life, the day you were born and the day you understand why you were born. And a lot of folks, they get to have the first part, but they never, because like you said, the day you die is guaranteed. Nobody's getting out of here alive. But what are you going to do with your life? Are you going to just waste your time fucking
With a person
around?
with a person who please never died and cheated death, please stand up.
Yeah.
Go ahead, my good brother.
Yeah. So what what are you here for? And everybody has a different purpose. What your purpose is, and are you unafraid so you can walk in it? There's folks who will say, I want to write a book. They never write a book. We have a couple authors on in the chat now. There's people who say, I wanted that promotion so I can make this money to do this for my community, but I never went to go demand that promotion. There are people who say, I want to run for office and change these things politically. And remind, before we get off the call, let's talk. I want to make sure we talk about the 4 boxes before we get off the call. But I want to change. But then they never have the courage to stand up and say, you know what? Look, I'm this type of person. Yeah, I did this, that, and the other when I was younger. But who cares? I'm here for this. Because there's no perfect people. That's the thing he was talking about. Who cares who I was before? That just prepared me for now. If you're the same person now that you were 10 years ago, you've wasted 10 years. You haven't grown. And I will tell you that everybody who's ever met the man or had interaction or watched his programs or really took a time to listen to him, what are you doing with your life? And to meet somebody so selfless that they would put their whole life on display and use it as a teachable moment to say, you can do this too. I'm gonna tell you, I've accomplished some things in my life like everybody else who's watching this, everybody's had. But I don't feel like I accomplished anything compared to after I took those lessons and applied them. I really don't. I mean, like, I can take my whole life before and say, yeah, I did this. That don't mean nothing compared to after I learned them lessons. And say, what are you going to do with it? You know, like you said, okay, shit's fucked up. What are we going to do about it?
What we going to do?
And there's nothing, we can't stand more than somebody who says, yeah, it's messed up. But guess what? I'm going to sit home and not do anything about it. Well, then you damn part of the problem.
What they say, if you ain't part of the solution, then you part of the what?
Problem. You're part of the GD problem.
Go ahead,
and he mentioned there were sisters out there. Absolutely, there were sisters out there suited and booted and ready for it to go down.
There were sisters out there with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sisters out there with us.
There were folks out there in wheelchairs. There were people out there who didn't have the ability to walk who were still out there with us. Like you said, everybody has a job, and those people were in the formations. Everybody has a job to do. Some people, it could be getting the food. Some people could be directing people where to go. Some people could be intaking some people could be bringing the water. You weren't 60, 70 pounds of gear. Water is very important. So everybody has a purpose. Some people will describe it and document it. But everybody has a purpose in this thing of ours of what we're doing.
Yeah, definitely.
You need to play the next minute of the video so we can see the, because
I'll
tell you,
go ahead. I'm gonna let you wrap up and then I'll go ahead and play it.
Yeah, they joke around about me that I'm kind of a documenter in my Bruce Wayne life. So I've documented the videos and got them saved so I can go back and watch them and share them with people and all that. This is one interview you're showing. Of all the videos I've seen of him, I haven't seen. So I want to see the rest of it.
And listen, and listen, I'm gonna tell you, when you start coming around more, my people's them gonna tell you in the chat and stuff. I'm that dude. I go and dig and I try to bring out something nobody never heard about, nobody never looked at. So that's good. My dear brother Nashir.
You need to send me the link of it. You need me sending the link of it as soon as this is over.
Are you? Yeah, this right here. Oh, you talking about some other stuff?
Yeah, let's
this right here.
The rest of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. And yeah, man. When you go to subscribe to my channel, make sure you click all. So every time I go live, it'll alert you. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's go ahead and go back to it then. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna mute up.
He gonna whip your ass. Say something back, black people. Stop letting them scare y'all. They use fear to control us from slavery. They use fear to control us through Reconstruction. They use fear when they put in Jim Crow. They use fear when they ran out of fear. They injected drugs into the community to try to destroy us. They did everything they can. And it's based on fear. So we're going to show y'all fear don't work in the deuce. It doesn't work that way. Y'all want to strap up shorty? We can strap up too. Martin Luther King was not nonviolent. He was smart, and he said it. There was no way we could win. We're outnumbered. We're outgunned. We're not even considered citizens yet. So we would have lost. It would have been a bloodbath. So let me close by saying this is a different era. It's 60 years later. Yeah, we are strapped up. Yeah, we are trained. And yeah, we are organized. So guess what? We can repay an eye that didn't work. We love to march with your body, but that didn't work. We would like to hold hands and sing, we're going to overcome, but that shit didn't work either. As a matter of fact, the only thing that they appear to understand is when we show up the way we did in their house, looking for them to say what it's going to be. And as you can tell, not only has mainstream media ignored the story, they have ignored this as did.
Absolutely.
Okay? They ignore the story. And then ABC, instead of reporting the story, they tried to bury it in a story about the BLM that we don't fuck with, and the KKK and this mountain, but not us. Shit didn't work either. As a matter of fact, the only thing that they appear to understand is when we show up the way we did in. Like to hold hands and sing, we're going to overcome, but that shit didn't work either. As a matter of fact, the only thing that they appear to understand is when we show up the work either. As a matter of fact, the only thing that they appear to understand is, as a matter of fact, the only thing that they appear to understand is when we show up the way we did in their house, looking for them to say what it's going to be. And as you can tell, not only has mainstream media ignored the story, they have ignored the story. What we did was bigger than what the Panthers did.
Absolutely.
Okay? They ignored the story, and then ABC.
Go ahead, brother Canty, man. I kept rewinding that on purpose because that was a powerful message. The only time that they acknowledge you is when you show up.
Yep. Yes.
Ain't that one I was saying? Show up and show out.
Yep. And that applies to anything we're talking about. You mind if I dive into something when I said I want to talk about the 4 boxes?
Nah, listen.
Time.
I got 30 minutes. You got 30 minutes. If you need another 30 or an hour, just let me know.
No,
I got something else planned, scheduled at 9. My brother, you know what I mean? He a Hebrew Israelite. I got him. He coming on to do a bill with me. You know what I mean? At 9 o'clock.
I
But go ahead, bro.
I can wrap it up in a half hour, however much time we need.
Man, you got as much time as you need, my good brother. It's on you. Go ahead.
Right, the four boxes of liberty. What, this is as a history lesson. In the American Revolution, there came a concept called the four boxes, and how you achieve true liberty. And the thing that Dr. Johnson, aka the Grandmaster Jay, was discussing, what was teaching, was true freedom. That's what true freedom. What is true freedom? And the four boxes of liberty are this. You have the soapbox. This is what we're doing right now. And during the American Revolution, they would be in the taverns debating topics, being on the streets, and they get this. That's where the soapbox came from, standing on your soapbox, right? We've all heard that term. You've got the ballot box. That's who you elect to go to represent you in a representative democracy or republic. And I'm sure you've done shows or will do shows in the future of where the representative republic we have, where the actual concept of it didn't necessarily come from Europe. Didn't come from Europe. It came from right here. But I digress. From the folks who were already here and how all that came in the first Constitution. The Constitution they have wasn't the first one. The third.
Oh, you've been doing a little research since the last time we talked.
Hey, brother, last time I saw you, man.
You ready now? Hey, you ready now?
Yeah, I went and opened up the books and sharpened up, bro. I
met you. You ready now? Go ahead, bro.
So the first box is the soapbox. Dialogue and debate. That's the First Amendment, and freedom of association. That's the First Amendment. The ballot box is your ability to vote and send representatives to represent you. That's the ballot box, whether it be local, state, or federal. The third box is the jury box. Your ability, your right to have, your God-given right to have legal counsel, and your ability to challenge the laws and bring grievances before the court. That's the jury box. The fourth box is the cartridge box. That goes back to your Second Amendment. Your ability to defend yourself and defend your community and defend your family when the other boxes didn't work. What Dr. Johnson was talking about and why they hid it, remember he mentioned they were burying the story, is because if Black folks ever got on code and learned that you can utilize these things to your advantage and your community advantage, and you could show up, this system would be over. And when I say this system, I mean this system of oppression. Because the concept and the idea of the United States of America in liberty and how we get there is not what we're living right now. The concept of it is a beautiful concept that we're all as Americans fighting for. And I really appreciate the beginning of the show of how you thank veterans and you thank them for defending your freedom and this and that. But when we realize who we actually are, the fact that we have the power to change things, shout out to all the organizers and community activists in the Low Country. Too many to name. Shout out to all of them. who stand up when they have to stand up by themselves, who fight the legal system, who use the legal system to fight for those who can't fight for themselves. Those who run for office like Jay Moore and others who stand up for the little guy and represent them in Columbia and hopefully in DC later on as these careers grow. But you can't forget the cartridge box, your ability to that God-given right to fight back and defend yourself. Like Grandmaster Jay said, they have tried to put so much fear in that. And like you said, you don't think Malcolm X was afraid or apprehensive or Martin Luther King was? They were men. Of course they were. You don't think we were apprehensive about going out to Stone Mountain, to Louisville, to Lafayette, and to the places we've been since then? We absolutely were. We're human beings. We're not infallible, but we still went because it was the right thing to do. I pray everybody on here calls your elected official. You mentioned Tim Scott before. You all who are watching this nationally can say what you want about him, but the man listens and returns phone calls. I can tell you that. Unlike some other people. And I'll leave it at that. Reach out to your senators. Reach out to, he knows about this. He knows a lot about this. He knows because we've told him. Reach out to, I've personally met with people on both sides of the aisle, all the way up to presidential advisors. And I'm not saying that to say, look at me. I'm saying that because that's what happened. Reach out to your folks and say, enough is enough. Free this man. You know, personally, I think his conviction should be completely vacated, because when you look at the facts of the case, there's no way what they said happened could have happened. You can look at it and look at the evidence and see that. But y'all go out. Don't let this hour and a half you listen to be a waste of time. Go out and do something. Go out and make the call. Go out and make the call. It takes 30 seconds to make a call to your to the switchboard. Call Congressman Clyburn. We're in South Carolina. I imagine we get a lot of people in South Carolina listening. Call him. Call Lindsey Graham. Call Senator Scott. Call all of them. Call Hakeem Jeffries. Call President.
Actually, you talking worldwide right now.
Call everybody.
So this is going to reach a bunch of people. You know what I mean? When y'all get it, y'all make sure y'all share it. Create a post. Share it on your YouTube page and share it out. And it's going to go out farther. This goes to everybody. Quick second, real quick. My sister Sharice, my twin. That's my co-host also, and good sister. She has an interview tomorrow with David Ellis, professor, scholar, and co-founder of slavevoyages.org, tomorrow at 6:00 now on her channel, Sharice the Realist. Y'all go, please like, share, and subscribe. Powerful interview coming up. He's the co-founder of Slave Voyages. This is where the whole narrative come from of how many people possibly came over here. And the numbers dwindle every day. It went from 3 million to now I think we down to like 30,000 that came through Charleston, because when we look back in history, we see it's an American Indian slave trade. And the American Indian slave trade was going on all the way close to damn near to the 1800s, into the 1900s. And then you got this other mixture that's coming from, I'm just saying we're gonna do a bill on that. I'm you know what I mean. Come through. I'm gonna get back to that, to the American Indian slave trade, and I'm gonna show y'all where they took people at and stuff like that, man. So yeah. So make sure y'all go subscribe to my sister Sharice's channel, man. That's my co-pilot, man. We born on the same day, all that. We didn't even know that until like a year down the line. So you know, and she's in DC, so she kick a lot of DC history too, and American Indian history. And Gage Skate say I see you there. And P Moses, like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all do that. Brother Canty, man, you've been dropping some powerful jewels tonight, man. And Grandmaster J, y'all see it scrolling across the bottom of the screen. I don't know if it was a hashtag like this, but goddamn it, if it wasn't, it's one now. You know what I mean? If it wasn't one before, it's one now. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna make sure I keep that up every time we build. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start going back through this, because you gave me another jewel a little minute ago. You was like something went down in a certain spot, but they didn't know about that or whatever like that, and stuff like that. Same thing like he was talking about, but you had ad-lib with that, and you didn't go deep into it because you know that would have took us down another goddamn journey that people need to hear about. So I'm glad you saved that. Save that for the next show. We're gonna try to do this every week. All right.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here for you, like you've been here for us. And
yeah. If you got other members, if you got other people that want to come up and build, let me know. I put together some questions. You know what I mean? And I'll ask the questions, and then, you know, to help get into some build and all that. Yeah. Or I can interview them one by one also too. You know what I mean? I don't got no problem with that. Relative, I know you close to the family. So if you ever in the vicinity of the family and they want to come on, and just let me know. I'm talking about if you call me, and as long as I got my phone, I can go live. And all I got to do is just set up a title, go live, let you on, and I can let you go.
All right.
Well, let you in the family, or let you and the brothers them go ahead and build. Well, even if I don't have no questions.
Shout out also to Operation Bring 'Em Home. We have a couple of the folks associated with Operation Bring 'Em Home in the chat as well. Done a phenomenal job bringing awareness and fighting the fight. You know, it's a thing when you're fighting in spite of overwhelming odds. But you know, anybody who's fought anything worth winning, it's always been overwhelming odds. It always was. You know, you go back to anything, it always is. So, yeah, I think there are plenty of people who would love to come on and build with you on this subject and some subjects that are tangentially related to it, and we'll keep it moving.
Man, I mean, I appreciate you for coming through, bro. Is it anything that you wanna? We got like 20 minutes left. Is it anything that you wanna say or maybe build up for the next show? So now that I done brought what the NFAC is, my next video will probably be some of the first things he started doing.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I will say this to all those.
So if you already got those, you can have those in your presentation and you can share it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And we can build on it. Trust me. You know what I mean? You know me. One thing I am good at is getting the people together and organizing.
Yeah,
You've seen this.
Absolutely. Well, I'll say this. the world we're living in now and what's going on, this
Mhm.
was all prophesized to happen.
Mhm.
I believe, as others believe, Grandmaster Jay's, when he walked in his purpose was to warn us about these times and get us prepared. He did that. Now, he came out selflessly and saved a lot of us and helped a lot of us. And we haven't even gotten to some of the things he's done that nobody might ever know. I mean, I've personally seen, other personally seen, to help his fellow man. But now it's time for us to support him. Imagine how you would feel if you stood up and did the right thing and you got punished or rewarded with a federal prison number and put into prison, and not only had to have all the impact from that, but have heart issues, had to go under for major heart surgery. It wasn't no, it was major heart surgery. Heart surgery, if he hadn't gotten, he would have died. And then imagine you come out of that and your queen mother dies, your mother passes, and you can't be there to comfort your family. And you've got to watch a video of her service months afterward. Your best friend in your world, your Basado, your dog, dies while you're in. But yet you still are doing the work and you're still holding yourself high with integrity and you're still impacting the people around you. If anybody knows anybody in the federal prison system, your relatives or whatever, ask them about, hey, tell me about this guy, Dr. Johnson, aka Grandmaster Jay, who's in Ashland. Have you heard about him? Chances are, I would tell you, they were like, yeah, we know exactly who he is. Y'all keep putting his name up, keep making the calls, support to his GoFundMe, his legal funds, because this case could easily go to the Supreme Court. There's a lot of constitutional ties to it. But keep the mission going. Don't forget who we are, and do not give in to these people. Do not give in. And I'll land my plane there. That's all I have to say.
Would you like to go into like because I don't got no problem with teaching people law. And how we can teach law is go through the case and the case files and what laws was broken. That's all our constitutional right. We don't have to have a law degree in order to review a case file. Right? Correct?
No, you don't. You just that's your right as American citizen.
Well,
Matter of fact,
I would love to do that too, where we break down from the very beginning of the case, and we can go into it, and then we might find like uh, the laws that's pertaining around that. You know
yeah,
what I mean? All that'll be fire. Like what we can do, we can break the show up in segments. 2 hours a show, 30 minutes. 30 minutes is a lot of time to get into something. You understand what I'm saying? So we can do it. That'll be powerful. Go ahead, bro.
There's some articles and analysis of his case that I will absolutely send you to kind of set the table for it.
Okay.
Anybody who is facing anything similar, anybody who is fighting the federal government. I mean, I'm a federal contractor. You should really look at his case because there are so many things in there how he fought, which is why he fought. He put on a clinic on how to fight the federal government. Anybody says, well, what are you talking about? He's in prison for 7 years, so what could he show me? The original sentence was 27 years. There's a reason why the sentence he got was as low as it possibly could have been. those of us who were in the courtroom when the judge gave it saw the judge rip up what he was going to sentence him to and sentence him to the least amount of time. And he had
which
to
was
do it.
Which was what? 86 months. 12
years.
months in a year. So what? That's 7 years. Roughly.
7 years,
yeah,
2
go
months.
ahead. And that's after you've been unspent how much? 3?
He probably
Did he do a year and a half to 3 before he went to court?
Yeah, he was out when he went to court. He was on house arrest. But the way the federal sentencing works, I think his release date will probably be 2027. You can go on the prison website and see it, but it reduces every month you serve. It reduces.
I'm gonna let you bring all that out. That's what you gonna do.
All right.
Bro.
Well, we'll talk about that another time.
And right now, to me, I'm acting like I'm new to this, and you bringing out all the information.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let you teach me. I know a lot, but I don't know a lot. In other words, you feel me?
Well, the kind of point I'm getting at is the system. You can fight the system. All of us have to fight the system somehow, some way. You just got to know how to fight it. And his case is a good example of how you fight it. It doesn't mean you're not going to take an L. It doesn't mean that at all. It means that you have the right to represent yourself and to defend yourself. That's your God-given right that our Constitution enshrines. You look at his case, it shows you how to do it. And there's been a number of people in that prison who have gotten out thanks to his help in the prison because their sentences were being calculated incorrectly, who are out right now. And we can go over a lot of that next time. But I think his case will be taught in law schools in years to come. And originally he had 10 charges. He made them whittle it down to 5. When I say they threw everything in the book at him they could, and he fought back, the 7 years was directly because of the Joe Biden crime bill. And that was said in the courtroom. So for example, those who have faced the effects of the crime bill, this plays into this. And it's another great example of why it needs to be completely revamped and redone and quite frankly gotten rid of, because our prison system doesn't work. That doesn't work at all, because why is our prison population growing if the prison system works? If it worked, nobody would be going back. He was fighting state and federal charges at the exact same time, which is unheard of. Imagine fighting the feds and the state at the same time, and the feds and state are talking to each other while they're coming after you. So there's a lot of lessons to learn. There's a lot of lessons to learn in this and to take out of this. A lot for those who navigate that part of the world, navigate that jury box, as they say.
Damn, man, I appreciate you, bro. Word, I appreciate you. And just the beginning. You was one of my first guests when I started on YouTube, when I only had 24 subscribers. I got 13. I got 1,300 now. Putting in that work.
We have a channel too. We have we put up on there.
Plug the channel in. Plug the channel in the chat. Do somebody that's what
somebody on there, please plug the channel in.
Yeah, I am Crystal. Can y'all plug the channel in? I can put it on the big.
There's a website. We have our website. justiceforgmj.com. And if you go on to, and that has a plethora of information on it. But if you want to look at the NFAC page as well, the NFAC 444 on YouTube. And
what is it called? What was that last thing called just now?
The
No. The just the bring home
justice for gmj.com. And I thought I had it in my
Nah, everything good.
That's just something in my head or something.
That's just something I add to the boundary, bro. Justice for GMJ.
If that'll bring you to
all you got to do is just tell me what it is, and I can put it in the bag.
Yeah, and then if you want to look at the NFAC YouTube page, it's the NFAC 444, I believe it is.
Okay.
And I'm
what chat you put it at? Link is in the chat. I don't see it. I am Crystal Diane. I don't see it. But I put the hashtag up there. Everything that y'all telling me right now, I am making a hashtag out of it. But bro, appreciate you, man. Go ahead, close out real quick, and then I come back on and close out, man.
Yeah. We got to continue to support each other, work together, lose our fear, particularly in these days and times. The struggles we all go through individually, they're preparing you for your mission. Those who have stood strong, thank you, and may the Most High continue to bless you. Those who have been watching, quote unquote, on the sidelines, get in the fight, because it's not just about bringing your rifles out and doing this and doing that. It's not just about that. That's just one part of it. The help your community needs, and the help, quite frankly, this country needs, can come from you. And who we're going to be, who we are, and who we're going to be, and what are they going to say about you when you're gone? They're going to say that you stayed at home in the house and you looked the other way, or are they going to say you came out and you did something about it? Only you can answer that question, and your actions will dictate which one you are. Shalom and good night.
Powerful, brother Canty. I'll see you next time, man. Give my love to the family. You already know.
We'll see.
We'll see. I ain't nothing but a phone call away, my brother.
We'll see each other soon, brother. I got some other business to talk to. We'll see each other soon.
Yeah. And I'm gonna send you the link to the painter. I got his card for you. You know what I mean? But I ain't nothing but a phone call away. You ain't even got a call. You already know where I'm at. I know where you at.
All right, brother.
You never turn me away. Yep. And thank you for being here in my time of need too. But
anytime, I'm here for you anytime. All you're gonna do is call.
Peace, bro.
Peace.
Man, fire bill with my brother Canty, man. So today's show is just one of many that I'm starting. More OTK presents. Anybody, you got information, whatever, religion or whatever, I don't mind nothing about that. I'm American Indian, America first. I just wanted to get this information out there, man, because this brother was doing real good work. And I feel, this is my personal feeling now. Some people might get mad, but just understand where I'm coming from, because I think on different levels. I feel like the best thing that happened was for him to get locked up, because the next step, we already know what it would have been. If y'all feel me, I don't need to say it. We wouldn't be talking right now. You feel me? About free nothing. If y'all understand me. Now, the things that got put on them is the things that I see brother like my brother Canty Bishop in the NFAC fighting. He did nothing wrong. What he do wrong? Like what? He didn't have years and years and years out here like all of these other people. He didn't pose no threat on nobody. He was all about protection. Let me break it down for y'all. In case y'all don't know, this man was here to support bringing Charleston back together and saying heal Charleston. After what happened at Emmanuel, a lot of our family members was in that. This man was here to bring peace. So if he was such a target, if he was so bad harm, if he was so goddamn what I want to say, what word can I say? Detrimental to society. If he was so much of this, why would he be here telling people like, yo, yeah, we need to unite, we need to have peace? Let's take this as a step into, man, let's be for real. Charleston was ready to erupt over that. See, people don't know, but I'm here. Charleston was ready to erupt. But we saw people who looking like us telling us, nah, this ain't the way y'all handle it. But when they told y'all this ain't the way to handle it, they also gave you a step-by-step booklet on the way to handle it. But nobody want to read the book. Because you know what? You want to hide something from a nigga, you put it in the book. But yet we telling y'all to read the book. Read the step-by-step booklet on how we need to handle this. You don't fight fire with fire. You fight fire with water. That's one of my main models. And with that, I'm going to tell y'all, OTK love y'all. In case ain't nobody else told y'all that, man. And I'm coming right back on. I got my brother JJ 7000 Mandinka Molly coming up next. I hope y'all please come right back on, man. Peace and love to my brother Canty and the family. And like I said, in case ain't nobody tell y'all that they love y'all, just know OTK love y'all. Peace.